Welcome as we continue our study of Colossians 1 and verse 24. Who now I rejoice in my sufferings on your behalf and fill up in my flesh the things lacking of the afflictions of Christ on behalf of his body, which is the assembly. So fill up or complete is antanapolero, and so that is from anti, which is sort of in turn. Sometimes it can be against, but really in turn here. And then Anna is up, and Pleru is to fill. And we've talked about that before. And just as a reminder, that also means it sort of implies the taking on of characteristics by the vessel that's being filled. So really, a completion is also implied there. So to fill up in turn, or to make complete. That which is behind from the KJV and or LITV says lacking is husterima, and that is it is quite literally that which is lacking. It just implies a deficit, so that it does not necessarily. It is referring to the afflictions of Christ here. It doesn't mean that he didn't suffer enough for the church to be saved. But this is referring to completion. So from a maturity standpoint, and then afflictions, which is thilpis, which really comes from thalibo, which is sort of to crush or press down on, and is pretty common. Is pretty commonly translated as afflictions, maybe tribulation as well. So really what this is talking about, so keep in mind, so this is Paul talking about his sufferings, making something complete. He's saying that his sufferings sort of act as a connector between the ages of Christ's life and the church age, which is today. And that not just his sufferings, but our suffering as well are necessary for the completion of the church, or the building and the maturation of the church. Us basically taking on the full identity of Christ and his characteristics. But Christ's sufferings were necessary for the church's salvation. But again, those sufferings alone weren't enough to bring us up to full maturity. It requires both Paul and our sufferings as well to really bring us up to his full likeness.